By the time pizza arrived, David was as deeply engrossed in the movie as Jason was. I rolled my eyes at the pair of them and got up to get food. We ate our pizza on paper plates in the living room and sang along to the songs until Jason's eyes were drooping. Eventually, he lost the fight and fell into a deep sleep, still sitting between us. David swept Jason's thick hair off his forehead.
"I'll carry him into his room if you get the door."
With practiced ease, he carefully hoisted Jason into his hands. I walked in front of him and opened the door to Jason's bedroom, tugging back the covers to his toddler bed. David gently laid him down on the mattress and tucked him in. His little head lolled to the side. He was completely out of it. "Guess all of that time in the sun wore him out," I whispered. "Usually bedtime is an ordeal." David nodded.
"Seems so."
I bent down and kissed Jason on the forehead before quietly exiting the bedroom with David. I peeked inside one more time to get another look at my slumbering boy before walking back to the living room with David, where we were finally alone. Our eyes met, and my heart stuttered at that look. Desire coiled through me, as hot as it was unexpected. I wanted this man. That much was so obvious to me. Yet, I hesitated. I awkwardly stood there, staring up at him, like I'd never been intimate with anyone before. The 2-year-old in the other room proved that wrong. But of course, he was also one of the main reasons I hadn't been with anyone else in over a year. I hated this part, this pause, this inaction, this second-guessing. Even if it was perfectly reasonable for me to question moving forward. As if David could see what was racing through my mind, he reached down and picked up the remote.
"Do you still want to finish the movie?"
I laughed, releasing some of that tension. "Do you know how many times I've seen this?"
"At least 100.
At least." David flipped the TV off, bathing us in darkness, except for the soft light coming from the side table. I chewed on my bottom lip. "Do you want a drink?" He shook his head.
"I'm all right."
Then he stepped across the room. His fingers pushed up into my dark hair and tilted my face up to look at him. My pulse accelerated, and both fear and excitement struck me like lightning.
"Are you all right?"
When I looked up into those golden eyes, I lost all thought, all doubt. I just nodded, and he kissed me. I exhaled softly as a groan escaped me. He tasted delicious and utterly, undeniably wonderful. Our lips melded together. He opened my mouth on a sigh. Our tongues volleyed, meeting and touching and tempting. We stayed like that, lost in a perfect kiss, until he dragged my bottom lip between his teeth and then moved to kiss down my neck. Goosebumps erupted on my skin. I felt as hot as the Texas summer. My body couldn't seem to keep up with the sensations it had been deprived of. Everything was so intense, so much. I wanted to dive into a cold pool, into this feeling of exquisite rightness. I arched my body against his chest. His hands slipped down my back, digging into the muscles as he scooped his way down, down, down. He wasn't tentative or questioning when he grabbed my ass, and I didn't try to stop him. If anything, my moan and thrust against him only indicated the opposite. I was aching for more. Aching to feel again. He bent forward, capturing my lips again. Then he grasped my outer thighs and lifted me into the air. A breath loosed from my mouth as I threw my arms around his neck and my legs went around his waist. I was now at eye level, which, with his considerable height, never happened. I could see the molten gold ring around his eyes and the little flecks of green that threatened to take over when he wore the color. My body pulsed against him. I was sure he could feel it. His enthusiastic smile at my reaction was enough to say that he didn't care. Not 1 ounce. My lips found his, and he walked us back to the couch where he took a seat with me straddling him. My dress was hiked up to the tops of my thighs, and his hands explored the exposed flesh, getting intimately acquainted with every inch of my skin. Every sweep of his hands became bolder and bolder until they strayed up to the hem of my pink thong.